Good morning. Welcome to our morning yoga practice. This one's for you, love. Good job. We have probably 2 minutes or so before we get going, so a nice amount of time to roll out your mat and get comfortable. We're just coming into the space, settling in. You can grab anything that you may want to incorporate in your practice or to have nearby. That could be a cup of water, could be a block, a strap, a friend, whatever it is you like to practice with. Probably another minute or so before we get going. You can use this time as always to kind of sit quietly and begin to center the mind. Or if you want to take a little movement, begin to warm up the body a bit, you can. There's no right or wrong start. We're getting close to time. We are going to begin on our backs today if you wanted to head that way. And we'll all start heading that way together. Settling the head and the shoulders, letting the spine rest, the low back connect down. You can have the feet in the mat with a nice little bend at the knees, or you could have the legs long. Whatever's feeling good for you. Arms can be down at your side, palms up. You could have hands on belly, maybe a nice connection to the breath. Maybe soften the eyes here, close them as you begin to turn the attention in. Notice the breath, and then begin to deepen it. Allow the inhale to fill the lungs. The exhale to help you settle. Hi, love. So much for putting out a mat for Molly today. She is very engaged. So keep that breath. Nice big inhale and exhale. See if you can match the length of your inhales to the length of your exhales to balance the breath. And we'll try to maintain this breath through our practice. As we get going, take a moment to scan through the body, check in and see how it's feeling. No judgment, just awareness. That you can work with it as you move through our shapes and poses today. The legs are outstretched. We'll go ahead and draw the feet to the mat, setting the feet about hip width distance. And then we'll draw the right knee into the chest. If the eyes are closed, you can flutter them open. Optional, you can leave them closed. And we'll draw little circles with the right ankle, embracing any creaks or cracks this morning as we loosen the joint. We'll spin it around the opposite direction. You can wiggle the toes here too. Find stillness with the foot. Give that knee a little squeeze and send the heel high. Sole of the foot shines toward the sky. And then point the toes. Little point and flex. And then with control, lower the right foot back to the mat. When right foot touches, we'll draw the left knee in. And notice as you draw that knee in, if you start to lift the head and shoulders, if you do, extend the spine back down to the mat. That may mean the leg's a little farther away. That's okay. We'll start drawing those circles with the left foot. Awareness on the ankle and that connection into the foot and the leg. And then reverse direction. And again, wiggle the toes a little here too. Move at your own pace. And then we'll find stillness with the left foot. Give that knee a little squeeze, send the heel high, and keep a little bend at the knee. And then we'll point the toes. Feel that stretch through the top of the foot into the shin. Little point and flex. With control, left foot comes down to the mat. Left foot touches, we'll draw both knees in. Nice full body hug just for a moment. And we'll start to draw circles with the knees, taking them out and away from one another and then gently back together. You might feel a nice little massage between the low back and the mat. We'll slow it down in reverse direction. These circles can be as big or as little as you like. Guiding a little movement to the hips. We'll slow it down, meet at center. Give the knees a little squeeze and send both heels high. Point and flex the feet a little bit. Then we'll bend at the knees as we bring the feet down to the mat. We'll slide the left leg long and let the right knee fall open. The sole of the right foot connects to the extended left leg. A nice supine tree, allowing our hip to open a little bit. Maybe you take those arms out to a T or to cactus arms to add a small heart opener. We'll take right hand, the outer right thigh, gently help that knee up. We'll slide the left foot in, slide the right foot away. Left knee falls open, so we're swapping sides. Our supine tree, opposite leg. Again, take those arms out. You can find the T, you can find cactus arms. If you did one to start, maybe you try the opposite now, seeing how that feels. You can make any little adjustments you need as you let the hips relax a bit. That exhale helping you dive a little deeper. We'll take the left hand to the outer thigh, help the left leg up. We'll slide the right foot in, draw both knees into the chest. We'll take peace fingers behind the knees, start to rock along the length of the spine and use that momentum to draw you up. Finding our seated posture with the legs extended in front of us, feet about hip width distance, sit bones connected to the mat. As we sit tall, we'll take a moment here Connect with the breath. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale as we forward fold into our Paschimottanasana, our seated forward fold. You could hold the feet, shins, the mat, a strap if you have it. As we come into this shape, try to keep that long spine. Maybe there's a little micro bend at the knees. What we're trying to avoid is too much rounding through the back, through the low back, or through the shoulders. Lead with the heart as you fold at the hips. Take one more breath here. Inhale as we lift up. We'll inhale up the arms. Exhale as we come into a little twist. So arms out and then back up. And exhale to twist the opposite way. So the arms probably aren't going to go out into a perfect T. That's all right. They could do a 90. You could have hand to hip. We'll come back to center. Once more to the right. Back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to that fold once more. And up the back of the legs. If you feel any pinpointed pain, gently back out. Little tension's all right. We create a little space. We'll inhale up. We'll tuck one foot in and then the other as we stack the legs one in front of each other. So not on top, but one shin in front of the other. I'm going to start with my right in front, but go with whatever works for you. Again, that long spine. Gently walk the hands away, folding forward. Try not to lift the hips too much here. We're creating a nice stretch through the right hip. Only fold down as far as your body wants to go. That may mean you stay on tented fingers. You might have flat palms. You might come down to the forearms. We'll walk the hands in as we lift up and swap the legs. Sit tall. Fold forward. Lead with the heart. Mindful of how the hip is feeling. Relax the feet. Find a little ease in the legs. Walk the hands in as we lift up. And then we'll just find a comfortable spot for the legs. You could leave them where they are. You could cross them. You can stack them. You can send them back out. We take a moment here. Arms start down at our side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice big inhale as we reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Once more, nice big inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll take the left hand down to the mat. Right hand goes to our side. It will inhale up. Find that length as you exhale over, inviting a stretch through the right ribs. Find a little ease in the legs, a little softness in the shoulders. We'll inhale up. Exhale the right hand to the mat. Inhale up the left. Length. Exhale as you take it over. Try to keep the heart open to the wall in front of you. Breath is steady. We'll inhale up. Exhale the left hand down. We'll inhale both arms to shoulder height. Exhale, palms together in front of us. Arms are long to start. So we'll take it a little slow this first go around as we interlace the fingers. Create a little space between the shoulder blades here. And then we'll inhale, palms to heart. We're sitting tall, elbows are wide. We're going to bring the thumbs toward the body and then rotate them toward the earth. The palms are now away from us. We press the hands forward. Nice stretch through the wrists and the forearms. Inhale the arms up overhead. You can bend the elbows here. The hands may come apart a bit. Keep the spine long. And then release. Exhaling the arms down alongside body. So shake out the shoulders a little bit. And then we'll run through that little sequence again to our breath pace. So starting with hands down at our side, we inhale shoulder height. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale as you rotate the hands and press them away. Inhale as we lift. And exhale as we lower. We'll start to create little circles with the shoulders. You can start forward or backward. Gently growing this movement. A lot of ease in the arms. We'll slow it down and reverse direction. Start small, grow the movement larger. Slow it down. Find stillness. We'll press the right hand forward. Palm is away from the body. You could gently pull back on the fingers to deepen that stretch through the forearm if you like. And then release. We'll flip the hand down. So the palm is now toward the body. Fingers are down. And again, you could gently press back if that's serving you. Totally optional. And then release. Shake it out. Opposite hand. So for me, that's the left, palm away. You can stay right here. Gently draw back on those fingers, very aware of how the wrist and the forearm are feeling. Release. Fingers go to the earth. Again, you could do that gentle extra stretch. Totally optional. Release. We'll shake out the wrists a little bit. Hands to the lap. They can sit on the knees, they can be in the lap, really wherever. So we sit tall and drop left ear toward left shoulder. We're gently working our way up the body. The weight of the head creates this stretch. We'll return to center. And then opposite side, right ear toward right shoulder. Notice if you start to tense through the shoulders. If you do, use that exhale. Settle them away from the ears. Come back to center. Drop chin to chest. Feel that openness through the back of the neck and into the upper back, the shoulders, We'll draw a line with the nose all the way up toward the sky as best you can. Feeling that openness through the throat. We'll come back to center. Look left and right at your own pace. Back and forth. Gentle movement. And then we'll meet at center and transition over to a tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Flat back to begin. And then on an inhale, we'll lower the belly and lift the gaze. Cat-cows. Exhale as we round. Move to your own breath pace here. Really mindful of how the spine is feeling. Holding wherever you need and then reconnecting that movement and breath. You could also invite in gentle movements here with a little sway of the hips side to side or a gentle rock back and forth as you move in your cat-cow. We'll take one more full round and then meet back at our neutral spine. From here, we're going to replicate a little wrist stretch again. Right hand will flip. So the thumbs are still facing one another. The fingers are now toward the leg. Palm is up. So it's that similar stretch that we did seated. And now we're doing it in our tabletop. A nice little check-in with how some of our shapes repeat in different spaces. Weight comes off, we shake it out, right hand goes back to the mat, and then we flip the left. So the fingers come toward the body, the back of the hand goes in the mat. We're not putting too much weight on that side. Big stretch for the wrists. And we'll flip it back, rotate that wrist, hand to mat. We'll drop hips to heels, child's pose. Arms stay stretched overhead. Toes are near one another, knees can stay near one another. You can take them wide to the edges of the mat. We'll walk the elbows in toward the head a little bit more and slightly away from the shoulders as we start to draw the palms together. And then drop the thumbs toward the nape of the neck. You may need to make little adjustments as we come into this nice stretch for our triceps. The elbows stay on the mat, close to the head. We'll bring the hands back down to the mat. Start to walk them in as we lift up. We'll rise to a kneeling posture as we curl the toes. Knees are under hips. Toes are curled, and then we gently sit back. Big stretch for the feet and the ankles. You can come in and out of the shape as you need. I know it can be really intense for a lot of folks. One more breath here. We'll rise up. Come back down to our tabletop. Leave the feet curled. We're going to extend that tabletop. Taking the hands forward about a handprint from our usual length. Spread the fingers wide. Grip the mat. Lift the hips up and back. Our down dog. Trying to find a flat back as best we can. We're going to pedal out the feet a bit here. You can alternate left and right, dropping the heel closer to the mat, taking that little bend at the knee as the heel lifts. And then we'll do the feet together, lifting onto our toes, dropping the heels toward the mat, little bend at the knees, playing with the shape a bit. You can shift the hips a bit here. And then we'll come back to stillness, finding our variation of down dog today. We'll root into the left toes as we draw the right foot up, three-legged dog. And we'll bring right knee to right elbow. Bend it back, little core work. Right knee, left elbow, bit of a twist. Keep that foot off the mat. Press it back. Knee to nose. Press it back. Drop the right foot to the mat. Take a breath. Root into the right toes. Draw that left foot up. Three-legged dog. With control, left knee, left elbow. Press it back. Find that twist. Left knee, right elbow. Press it back. Knee to nose. Press it back. Lower the foot. Lower the knees. Uncurl the toes. Child's pose. Find a little ease at the arms. That down dog makes us use our upper body strength. Tune back into the breath. Quick check in through the body. We'll draw the hands in toward the knees as we lift up. Rotate on to a favorite hip. And then find a comfy seated spot. So we will be rounding out our practice here together today. If you have extra time and you'd like to take a Shavasana, you're welcome to. Be a great way to really be present, let the practice soak in. As we round out together today, we'll draw hands to heart center. Feel it in. I encourage you to take kind thoughts, kind words, and those kind intentions with you from now until we meet again. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Hope you feel that energy running. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you back on the mat next Tuesday morning. Bye, everyone. Can I say bye?